I'm only doing this for the thumbnail. Before we get started, I just want to warn you guys, today's episode gets a little bit personal, a little sentimental, and maybe even a little sad, but it carries an important message. I'm going to be evolving a bunch of Pokemon at the end, so if at any point you feel like you want to skip ahead and see that, you have my permission. Today I'm heading to a sort of controversial place to play Pokemon Go, but first, there's one thing I need to pick up. Got him. By now I'm sure you guys have all seen the new messages that pop up when you first open the game. Don't trespass while playing Pokemon Go, don't enter dangerous areas while playing Pokemon Go. So today I just kind of want to talk about that. I want to talk about being respectful of your surroundings while you're playing the game. And I figure this is probably the best place to illustrate that. As you guys might know, most cemeteries are Pokestop hotspots, so it can be really tempting to come in here and just farm Pokestops all day, but I just want to stress that you guys really need to be respectful. This is kind of a special place for some people, so, you know, be courteous, be sensible, be respectful. Don't walk over tombstones. I thought that was kind of just common sense, but you'd be surprised. So there are a lot of Pokestops, but there's also a lot of other stuff going on here. So that's the reason we brought the flowers, is that besides just stocking up on items and eggs, we're also here to pay some respects to people. It's nice to give yourself a reason to be there, other than just to play the game. Okay, a Venomoth just appeared here, and got it. And since I caught it right here, I'm gonna name it after this guy, Sabino. You know, all this doesn't apply to just cemeteries. Wherever you're playing the game, be respectful. Whether it's a museum, a hospital, a school, just be aware of what you're doing and make sure you're being respectful of wherever it is you are. Okay, I'll be honest, I didn't choose this cemetery arbitrarily. This is where my grandfather's buried, and my mom watches all these videos, so she's probably gonna get a little emotional right now. And to be honest, I might also, but let's go say hi. Found it. It's like right where we were standing. Right where we were standing, right where I caught that Eevee. So I think, to be honest, I have to name that Eevee after my grandfather. This dude's sitting here on 3 Pokestops. It's a good place to be. Wow. You know, I didn't know that this episode was going to turn out like that when I started, but that's just the way it kind of naturally evolved while I was editing, and it didn't feel right to force it into anything else. So if you watched all the way through, I just want to say thank you, and if you skipped ahead to see the Pokemon evolve, let's get into it. I have about a dozen Pokemon that I'm ready to evolve right now. So first things first, I'm going to put on a Lucky Egg. Like I said in yesterday's episode, I've favorited all my Pokemon with 80% or higher IVs because that's just the cutoff that I set for myself. I'm only going to power up and evolve Pokemon above 80%. So I think I have about 12 ready to go right now. Starting with this Ponyta, 668 CP. And you know what, I don't know what the exact IVs are right now because PokeAdvisor is not working for me. But I do know it's above 80%. So let's see where this Rapidash ends up. 975. To be honest, I thought it was going to go higher than that. But Ember, Fire Blast, I'm pretty sure that's a good moveset. But I'm going to check. It is. Ember, Fire Blast is the ideal Rapidash moveset. I'm going to put a link to this spreadsheet in the description. It just tells you move combinations for Pokemon and theoretical maximum damage per second output, and then ranks them based on the different movesets that they can have. So it's a good resource. Up next is Growlithe, 624. I think this one's like 91% IVs. Big Arcanine. Wow, that's a way bigger jump than the Ponyta. Bite, Flamethrower, that's okay. I think Fire Blast is the better choice, but let's see. Fire Fang, Fire Blast is first. Bite, Fire Blast is second, so that's good. I'm happy with that. This Eevee, I'm actually making an exception for. It's like 71% IVs, but this is the one that I caught at my grandfather's headstone today, so I just feel like this one deserves to be part of the team. I'm not going to do anything funny with the nicknames. I'm just going to let it happen naturally and see which evolution my grandfather embodies. Jolteon, 1238, Thundershock, Thunderbolt. Thunder is the better option, I know that for sure. Thundershock, Thunder's number 1, Thundershock, Thunderbolt, number 2. The next one I have enough candies for is Venonat. This is like 97% IVs. I think it's 15, 15, 14. I mean, even though Venomoth isn't that great. Bug Bite, Bug Buzz. I'm not sure about that. Oh, that's it. Bug Bite, Bug Buzz. That is the best moveset for Venomoth, offensively. It's the 4th defensively. This also tells you, in terms of defending a gym, which movesets are better. So it ranks them on offense and defense. The Nidoran is the next one I have enough for. This isn't going to go all the way to Nidoqueen. right now. Nidoqueen, 772. Moves don't really matter here until it gets to Nidoqueen. That's going to take another 52 candies. I do also have a Nidoran male to evolve. That's a new Pokédex entry. Mankey's ready to go. I do already have a Primeape, which actually has higher IVs than this one by like 5%, but I'm interested to see which one's going to have the better moveset. 1027, Karate Chop, Night Slash. I don't think that's better than what I have. Low Kick Cross Chop is number 1. Karate Chop Cross Chop is number 2, which is what my other Primeape is. Well, Karate Chop Night Slash is actually the worst moveset for Primeape, so it looks like I'll just be powering up the other one that I have. This Bulbasaur's ready to go into an Ivysaur. I'll probably head back to one of the Bulbasaur nests around here pretty soon so that I can get this guy into a Venusaur, because Venusaur is actually pretty high ranked now. Vine Whip Solar Beam is what you want on a Venusaur. Goldeen. There it is. Poison Jab, Drill Run. Doesn't have Stab on either of those moves, and Stab, for those who aren't familiar, stands for same type attack bonus, and it means if you use a move that's the same type as the Pokemon, it does extra damage. In Pokemon Go, we're not exactly sure what it is, but I think it's safe to assume it's either 1.25 or 1.5 times the regular damage. Fairly low CP total, and CP again is based on base stats plus IVs. I'm just going to look up how this moveset stacks up against the others. Oh, nice. It's actually the number 1 defensive moveset for Seaking. So this guy could make a decent gym defender. Who's left? Cubone. Cubone's ready to go. Rock Smash, Earthquake. Second best set. Mud Slap, Earthquake is what you want. Zubat. Enough for 3 Zubats actually. I didn't look at this one's starting CP. It's kind of low, wasn't it? Don't forget to save Zubat candies for when 2nd generation comes out, because Golbat will evolve into Crobat at that point. 1067, that went up a decent amount. Bite Ominous Wind, I have a feeling is not that great. Yeah, Bite Ominous Wind is actually the worst moveset. Typically, charge moves with 1 bar are going to deal the highest damage per second, so it seems like the more bars they have, the less damage per second they're doing. Just because the animation times for all these charge moves are similar, but if you're only dealing 30 damage in that time versus 100 damage for a move like Fire Blast, it's a pretty big difference. I think Poliwag might be the last one right now. 583. 2 ground type moves. Not that it matters, because when it evolves to Poliwrath, it's going to get a random moveset. Yeah guys, there's no correlation between moves before and after evolution. It's just random every time. Okay, this Sandshrew is actually the last one. I'm making an exception for this one also. It's like 71% on the IVs. If you remember from one of the earliest episodes, this is the first Sandshrew I caught, and Sandshrew, being my original favorite Pokemon from first generation, has a special place in my heart. So I'm choosing to evolve this one. Plus I have a ton of Sandshrew candies, so I can always evolve a stronger one if I get one later on, or just power this guy up. But that is going to cost a lot of Stardust. I guess it's going to depend on what kind of moveset he gets. By the way, those new Alola Sandshrew and Sandslash, awesome. Mudshot, Bulldoze, that's not good. I think Mudshot Earthquake is probably what I want. Yep, Mudshot Earthquake. Mudshot Bulldoze is the number 4 set. It's good for defending though. I mean, at 336 CP, he's not doing much. But again, that is the first Sandshrew I caught. That's going to be it for these evolutions. I still have some time on the Lucky Egg, so I'm going to go ahead and evolve a bunch of Pidgeys and Rattatas just for experience right now. That's going to be the end of this episode. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. And we'll see you in the next episode. Today I'm at Ford Park in Bell Gardens. It's a Bulbasaur nest, and I've already found the first one. But besides just catching Bulbasaurs, I have a few eggs to hatch, and I want to continue the conversation about all these new updates and changes that Niantic's been pushing out. But first,